Hi, welcome to Behind the Data with me, Glen Pereira. Let's take a look at the main factors that have been driving the energy market since our last update at the end of January. Our top three drivers behind the prices this month are similar to last month: geopolitics, weather conditions, and liquefied natural gas, also known as LNG. First up, geopolitics. February has been an eventful month, with momentum behind the Russia-Ukraine peace deal rising as President Trump looked to follow through on his promise to end war within the first 100 days in office. A number of emergency meetings were held in Paris between the senior European leaders following an announcement that the US and Russia would meet in the Saudi capital to discuss the terms of a ceasefire without Ukraine or EU present. Despite uncertainty over the outcome, revival of this negotiation improved the sentiment within the market, with some speculating that the flows of Russian gas to Europe may be restored. This optimism saw energy prices fall throughout the second half of February. Our second driver has been the weather, with volatility in forecasts earlier in this month resulting in a significant swing in prices. Initial outlook for February showed a potential certain stratospheric warming event, which has potential to result in extreme cold, increased storminess, and prolonged winter conditions. For those who can remember, this was the most notable seen in 2018 with the beast from the east. While confidence in this forecast varied, market reacted with a sharp increase in prices, as highlighted in this chart. In the first half of the month, following concerns were the potential for a significant increase in demand. Later in the month, forecasts no longer included the SSW, as the high pressure that had dominated the weather conditions earlier in the year began to dissipate. This materialized in warmer, windier conditions, reducing both heating and gas for power demand, and resulted in welcome reduction in prices. Improved conditions were also reflected across Europe, with temperatures rising above season norm across much of the continent. Prices fell as decreased demand forecasts helped to reduce concerns over volume required to restock gas storage facilities over the summer months. This month's third and final driver is LNG. Asia is a key market for LNG imports due to its growing economies, rising energy consumption, and limited domestic natural gas production. Throughout February, European LNG prices traded at a significant premium to Asia, reaching the highest since December 2022. This allows Europe to attract more LNG cargoes to meet rising demand amid colder and stiller than normal winter conditions. The chart on the screen here shows the difference between LNG prices. The red line shows the UK benchmark prices, the purple line shows the European benchmark prices, and the blue shows the Asian LNG prices. The spike circled highlights the premium reached earlier this month. However, as European energy prices fell, the gap between the markets narrowed, and the colder Asian temperature forecast threatened to increase the global demand for the asset. Europe needs to maintain a high volume of LNG imports throughout the summer months to restock gas storage facilities, so we may see LNG create a price floor for energy price, limiting further losses. While the current geopolitical event and weather forecasts are driving the prices down, both factors are subject to volatility and have the potential to push prices higher if conditions change. Therefore, both remain key drivers to keep an eye on over the next few weeks. In particular, a draft document was released last week, which showed the European Commission is considering making the targets for filling gas storage more flexible. Current targets were introduced in 2022 to protect against winter supply disruption. However, this change is being considered because there are concerns that the current targets may indicate that Europe have an obligation to buy and drive up prices. This having been said, if these prices are removed or relaxed, it could lead to higher prices for winter gas contracts. This is because there would be a risk that there would be enough gas in storage to meet demand during winter. Thank you for your time. I hope you found this update useful.